Mechanized brigade units with M2 Bradley .47. Mechanized brigade photo. Mykola Melnyk was a lawyer. Ukraine when Russia occupied in 2014. Melnyk immediately abandoned its practice and volunteered to help the Ukrainian army Avdiivka, the Donetsk Oblast of eastern Ukraine. 9 years later, Melnyk now united on the new 47th Mechanized Brigade of a 38-year-old lieutenant army. The termination of Melnyk is short. The first day he stepped on a mine and lost a leg. He barely survived. Ukrainian military leaders. Russians caught determination have determination to have region. He said. Melnyk. Same leaders organization and equipment at last minute of organization and claims prevent their harmony. But for all his criticisms of Best Rice and Air Force, Melnyk had only good things to say about the M2 Bradley infantry battle vehicles that his company entered war. Bradley was based on everything. Melnyk said. Brigade is main operator of Bradles. The U.S. which U.S. promised to Ukraine earlier this year. The 1991 operation was updated the Desert Storm. 25 mm of autocannon and 28 tons of M2. For 9 people. And better situational awareness. Although he claims to be honorable. Reactive armor can be the best IFV in Ukrainian service. Brigade Dzins lost M2E. How many of them can be recovered and repaired? And more importantly, 47. Brigade Dzins did not lose M2 team. A Mykola designed to protect the passengers, but crew survives. He said. The same thing cannot be said for BMP-2 IFV, which is the response of Russia to M2. During attack of Melnyk's M2, the 9th of June, a Russian shell. The bullet hit under the right side, he remembered former lawyer. The armor was based on pieces. But shock-wave tears cables in vehicle. The driver was shaking. But diesel engine of M2's 600 horsepower continued to run. In experience of Melnyk's experience, M2 is the most vulnerable to air attack. This makes sense because Bradley's designers provide hills of body slightly protection of trunk to protect front sides, add weight to front sides. The only situation in which Bradley was not based on effects was coming from the work of helicopters. A Russian BV Russian Air Force Kamov K-52 remembered attack helicopters. A Bradley exploded. In principle, this is a very reliable tool, he said. M2 saves Ukraine's life. After stepping on the mine who bought her leg, AM2 accelerated to evacuate it. The entire plan of the Great Opposition was based on simple things: a Muscovite sees a leopard and escapes, he said. Of course it did not happen. 47. The brigade and other counter units lasted 5 months and many injured, including Melnyk, to advance 10 or a dozen miles over several axes.